Hey folks, this is Dr. Kat Schreier with Water Show and founder of the Water System Media Foundation. And I'm excited to be with one of the stars of this week's One Water Summit, Stephanie Stuckey Benfield, the Director of Sustainability for City of Atlanta, which is the host city for the organization for the events this week. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on the show,
Kat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the great things about having this event here was the opportunity to showcase some of the things that Atlanta has been doing. Why don't you give us just a quick rundown on that?
Sure. So we're especially proud of our green infrastructure program. We just released our strategic green infrastructure plan, and we've already started implementing some of our initiatives that are highlighted in the report. And people who came to this conference got to tour some of those sites. So I think the best example is the old Fourth Ward Park. So if you come to Atlanta, everyone, I hope, will visit our Beltline. We're very proud of that. It's a 22-mile trail that encircles the city, and we're in the process of acquiring and completing the trail. And alongside that trail, on the east side of town, we have a stormwater retention facility that is absolutely beautiful. So that's, I think, the trend of the future. More and more you're seeing urban settings where people are dealing with stormwater and overflow in a way that is aesthetically pleasing, and we don't always have to build more sewer infrastructure, extremely costly, billion-dollar projects. We can do these green infrastructure programs that are distributed throughout the city and can be nicely incorporated into the design. So there's green infrastructure, and then the other highlight would be our Bellwood Quarry. We are building out our water reserve supply, and we will be going from a 3-day supply to a 30-day supply.
That's huge.
It's huge. So that's in the event of, God forbid, some type of disaster where our supply is restricted. We will have this available so that we'll have sufficient water to keep the city running.
Well, in Atlanta and Georgia really highlighted, I think, some of the focus on water supply in the eastern states. I used to work for North Carolina Division of Water Resources when nobody paid attention to the quantity aspects. In the eastern states, that was all a Western thing. And then when you saw those pictures of Lake Lanier, down to nothing. So was that really the impetus for some of the quantity firming aspects of developing the quarry project and that sort of thing?
I don't think there was any one incident that really spurred it. We are just a drought-prone region, and we are one of the few cities that was not built around a watershed or a water supply. Atlanta was actually originally called Terminus, and we were built around the intersection of two railroads. So we were not, we're not your typical city. You look at so many cities that have a waterfront that are either built on the ocean or built on a river. That is not the case with Atlanta. We do have the Chattahoochee and Lake Lanier nearby, but we don't. We are drought challenged, and we already are, subject to extreme heat. So that's just an issue that's always been on the mind of our leadership. And fortunately, Mayor Kasim Reed is taking the right step and preparing for the future.
Now, you mentioned something when you spoke yesterday about your history with Mayor Reed and the fact that you both came out of the legislature, and I also work with the state legislatures quite a bit. And I think people miss out, especially with political season, that it tends to be very confrontational and everything. But when people actually get into, especially in a legislative office, there is that need to get rid of all the rhetoric and everything that on the campaign trail and actually have to work with other people to work towards passing bills. I mean, is that you were working on water and sustainability issues when you were in the legislature.
And I was on the Natural Resources Committee and was very involved with water issues during my tenure in the legislature.
Now, Mayor Reed was also in the legislature in the same class, right?
That's right,
but
class of 98.
Yeah, but was not really a leader at that time on water issues. You mentioned a conversation you had with him about how that changed.
So Mayor Reed has always voted right and certainly been a consistent, solid supporter of environmental issues and water issues throughout his political career and his public service. But I've really seen a transformation more recently when he's become mayor of Atlanta over the past 6 years, where he has elevated sustainability and made Atlanta a top-tier city. And my conversations with him, he shared that one of the driving motivations for him is that what really grows a city into a global economic driver is our record on sustainability. And when you look at companies that want to locate to Atlanta, what they ask about is, what is the quality of life? What's the access to mass transit? What's your water supply? What's your air quality? What's your commute? So those are all sustainability issues. And Mayor Reed gets it. And he also understands that climate change is one of the defining issues, if not the defining issue of our generation. And he's tackling it in a way that, frankly, you don't see from other Southern leaders. And he really should be applauded for that.
Well, and he was actually in Paris.
That's right. And I went with him. A little
Very
perk of the
nice.
job. Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
So I, unfortunately, speaking
Yeah.
of our
Of the
initiatives,
job, yeah.
I have a meeting on our solar program that I've got to get to.
Oh, exciting stuff. Right. Well, we do appreciate your taking the time to come speak with us and speak with the water citizens. If
Thank
you're
you.
watching this anywhere other than thewatershow.org, get on over there. You can be part of the conversation, downloads and videos and all sorts of cool stuff over
Excellent.
there. And Director Stuckey,
Thanks for
Benfield,
having me.
thank you very
Yeah.
much for coming by. And we will see you on The Water Show.
Bye.